Hello, welcome back everybody. This is Catweazle and this is turn 14 of Arkham Horror Cool Air. First thing to do is to apologise for the appalling error during last turn where I forgot about poor old Charlie. Moved him correctly from the woods to the abyss and then forgot all about his otherworld encounter. So I'll do that in a second, just after I've done the introduction, and then we'll go into the upkeep phase. But apart from Charlie's missed encounter, which we'll fix shortly, Charlie did go from the abyss to the other world. Skids is at the curiosity shop where he rather fantastically found another elder sign, so good on him. Roland is now fully healed up apart from his paranoia in St Mary's Hospital, and Rita is just about to come back from the Plateau of Leng. So just before we do go to the upkeep phase, we'll very quickly do Charlie's otherworld encounter that we should have done last turn. Okie dokie. Hello everyone. I thought last turn was a short turn, and the reason it was a short turn is I forgot Charlie Kane's otherworld encounter, didn't I? I did him moving from the woods into the abyss, but I didn't actually do him having a encounter over there. Right, so I'll do that now. So here's the gate deck. So he's got a red and a blue. So let's see how he goes on. We need a red or a blue. We get the blue and we get an abyss. The feeble glow and warmth from a candle is enough to restore you a bit. Gain 1 stamina. Oh, he's only at 3 stamina, so he does get an extra stamina. Bear with me. So there's Charlie's extra stamina. Yeah. So all in all, it was a very good encounter he had in the other world of the abyss, even though I forgot to put it into the correct turn. So right, we can now carry on. Thank you. And here we are at the upkeep phase with Charlie Kane correctly up to date. He's now got 4 stamina out of 6, thanks to that rather helpful gate encounter for a change. And what's he going to do? Well, he's just going to pop to the other side of the abyss this turn and hopefully have his encounter in the correct phase and the correct turn. So is there anything that we need to change? Well, he doesn't have a retainer or a bank loan, so he doesn't need to roll for that. But in preparation for him coming out and trying to seal the gate, assuming he doesn't get lost in time and space, that is, his best attribute for doing that out of fight or law is actually fight, because he would get 5 dice for that. And as the abyss is a -2 gate, we could really do with getting his highest trait on it. So in preparation, we'll use his 2 focus for this turn and move him up to 4 fight. And then hopefully by the time he's coming out of the gate, we'll have it up at 5 and he'll have his best chance for sealing that gate. Other than that, there's not anything else that we want to change. So that's the end of Charlie Kane's upkeep phase, and we'll move on to Skids O'Toole. Here he is, Skids, our rough diamond. Right, what's Skids going to do? Skids is going to go down to St Mary's Hospital. He's been on 1 stamina for far too long, so he's going to pop down there and he's going to heal himself, get himself healed, and hopefully pass on the elder sign to Roland. So in order to get down there, he does need 5 movement. He's got 3 speed, plus the motorcycle, plus the map of Arkham, so he's got plenty. I don't want to change any of his other attributes, so we'll leave his focus. And he's got no retainers, no bank loans, nothing like that. So basically, Skids is good to go. Let's go and have a look at Roland. Right, here we are with Roland Banks. He's in St Mary's Hospital, but as he's coming out of the hospital, if all goes to plan, he'll bump into Skids, who will give him the elder sign. and then he'll go and look for a gate. Looking at the available gates, the woods has Charlie in it, so it's no good him going there. The Independent Square gate has Rita coming out of that one, so he doesn't need to go there. So that leaves him with either the Silver Twilight Lodge, Hibbs Roadhouse, or the Unnameable. The Silver Twilight Lodge and Hibbs Roadhouse both have associated monsters. There's a rat thing at Hibbs Roadhouse, stinking it up, and there's a maniac in the streets of French Hill, which we'd have to evade to get to the Silver Twilight Lodge. However, the Unnameable is unguarded, as it were, so he's going to go there. He only needs 4 movement, and he's got 4 movement, so that'll do just the job. We won't change anything else. We'll leave him as he is, and hopefully he can get up to the Unnameable and through that gate this turn. Right, next up is Rita Young. Here we are with Rita. Rita's going to be coming out the Plateau of Leng to the Independent Square, and she's going to be sealing that gate with this Elder Sign. So that's good news. We don't really need to bother with any of her focus down here, moving it, because we're using the Elder Sign. She will be heading, I think we'll try and get her to the Curiosity Shop and see if she can pick up that last Elder Sign afterwards. So she would need speed 3 for that, and she's got that, so that's fine. But talking of the shop, she has got a retainer to roll for, but first of all, she does get $2. She rolls for the retainer after she gains her upkeep money. So she's up to $8, so I think she definitely will go to the Curiosity Shop. She's rich. And she has to roll for a retainer and her blessing. So first up is the retainer. She gets a 5, so she'll get another $2 next turn. And her blessing, another 5. So that's good. She keeps both of those. And that's the end of the upkeep phase. Just quickly make sure I haven't missed anybody. Ho ho ho. Right, and let's go to the movement phase. Here we are, looking at the map of Arkham for the movement phase. So first up is Charlie. He's going to go to the second half of the Abyss, where he'll hopefully have an encounter. After Charlie, it's Skids, and Skids is going to move down to St Mary's Hospital. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, where he bumps into Roland, who's leaving. But before he leaves, Skids is going to give Roland the Elder Sign and a bottle of whiskey. So those go to Roland, and Roland himself is now going ahead for the Unnameable. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's at the Unnameable. Right, and Rita Young, last but not least, finally finds the gate home and comes out in Independent Square. And that's the end of the movement phase, and we'll move now into the Arkham encounter phase. Welcome to the Arkham encounter phase, and first up is Skids, as Charlie's currently in another world. Skids is at St Mary's Hospital. So first thing he's going to do, similar to Roland last turn, he's going to use the medical care. So he's going to pay $2. He's got 6, so he's going to put $5 in, get $3 change from reception, get his wounds patched up, and instead of having 1 stamina, he's going to go back up to 7. So he was in a pretty bad way, but for $2 he's got 6 stamina back, so he's feeling more like himself. So that's the end of the encounter phase for Skids. Next up is Roland Banks. Here we are with Roland, at the Unnameable, and as we know, after Charlie's aborted attempt, the Unnameable gate goes to the Plateau of Leng. So let's transfer him across. So Roland gets sucked through and deposited in the first part of the Plateau of Leng, following in the footsteps of the lovely Rita. Right, that's Roland's movement. So, sorry, Roland's encounter phase. So next up in the Arkham encounter phase is Rita. Here's Rita, right at the back of the board on Independence Square. And what she's going to do in the Arkham encounter phase is she's going to seal this gate. So in order to seal it, she's going to use her Elder Sign. So that gets totally discarded. It doesn't go in the discard pile. It goes back in the box along with the previous Elder Sign. So it can't be used before again this game. So that means she gets the Plateau of Leng as a gate trophy. Always nice. And she also loses 1 sanity and 1 stamina as the cost of the ritual of sealing the gate. And get rid of the gate holder. But because she's used an Elder Sign, that means a Doom token comes off Ithaca's track. So Ithaqua is now, his Doom track is at 6, not at 7 anymore. And the Plateau of Leng has diamonds. We don't have any diamond monsters, so no monsters go back into the cup, unfortunately. We've just got crescents and a square, I think. Yeah, crescents, a square and a circle. So unfortunately, we don't get any monsters going back through sealing that gate. But we do seal it, which means some funky blueness. And we've now sealed 4 gates, and we need 2 more to seal. And we've got 2 of our investigators in other worlds waiting to do that. So hopefully we can continue to chug on this turn, and hopefully that won't be too far away. Right, so excellent, we've sealed the gate. Now we move on to the Otherworld encounter phase. And here he is, Charlie. We've not forgot you this time, Charlie. Right. He's in a red or blue colour-coded Otherworld. So we get the gate deck. We're looking for red or blue. Oh, red first up, and the Abyss right at the top. The Stone Arch breaks. Pass a speed -1 check to dive out of the way, or roll a die and lose that much stamina. Oh, he's just so unlucky in other worlds. Why do I take him? His speed's 0. Oh, and it's a speed check as well, so he's motorbike. Oh, he has got 1 speed, but it's -1, isn't it? He's 1 speed for Richard Upton Pickman, but that's an automatic fail. And he's got to roll a die and lose that much stamina. Well, we could do with a low roll, because if he loses all his stamina, he ends up lost in time and space again, and he'll have to take an injury, I think. Right, okay. Oh, might help. I can see this. Can we see the? Yes, we can see it. 2. Whew. So the game nearly got us then. Well, he's got 4. He's got 4 stamina. So he's going to lose 2, and he's going to go back to 2 stamina. He's on 2 stamina, but at least he's on course for coming out of the gate this turn. Right. Whew. Got away with that one slightly. Okie dokie. Right, that goes in the discard pile, and next up it is Roland at the Plateau of Leng. Here we are with Roland, and he needs a he needs a red or a blue for the Plateau of... or is it a green? Sorry, a green. He needs a red or a green for the Plateau of Leng. A yellow, that's discarded. Next up is a green, and it's got Plateau of Leng on it, and it's a long one. That doesn't bode well. The hooved, wide-mouthed traders of this land are wealthy, but dangerous. You may make a law -2 check to trade with them. If you pass, gain $6. If you fail, you are lost in time and space. But look at the word there, the important word, you may. Well, we're not going to. Roland is deciding that discretion is the better part of valour. He's going to give him a wide berth and not bother trading with him. So, that's that gate encounter dealt with. Put the deck back. And that is the end of the Otherworld encounter phase. And now it's the laugh and chuckle phase. Here we are back at Arkham. Right, Mythos phase. Chuckle deck. Let's see what comes out this time. Upside down. The story continues. Shuffle the Mythos deck, being sure to include this card in it. After the deck is shuffled, draw a new Mythos card for that turn. Oh, so we've got this a couple of times, haven't we? Right, let's get the discarded ones as well, put them in. But obviously not the ones that we've taken out for the purposes of the Cool Air scenario. Yep, lids a shuffle. Right, there we go. Let's just cut it for good measure and see what we get now. Okie doke. The Witch House. We get another gate. We get a gate at the Witch House. Oh, just started getting the gates now. So, but fortunately we've just closed one. So we're back to 1, 2, 3. Back to 5 open gates. It does put a Doom token on that we've just took off. So he's back up to 7, he's Ithaqua. And he gets a gate on the Witch House. Got another Doom token on top of the gate deck. So we don't so we remember to use the Doom token next time we get a gate. And we need a monster, because we've got an open gate. We've got 3 spare stands, so that's not a problem. Let's see what we get, and we get something that doesn't look too good, a crawling one. So that's not too bad. Rightio. Put the crawling one over by the Witch House gate. There we go. That's at the Witch House. Right, but we've still got 2 spare stands. We've only got 5 monsters in Arkham. Right, next up is Clue. A clue appears at the Black Cave. There's the clue at the Black Cave. Monster movement, crescents. We've got loads of crescents. Right, let's put the laugh and chuckle deck back. Crescents move on white, so the Maniac moves down to south side. The Loigor doesn't move. The Cho-Cho moves on white down to east town. It's a circle, the rat thing. Square for the Loigor, and a circle for the crawling one. And the only other symbol is a plus sign, so there's no more monster movement. Headline: Terror at the train station. A rusty train arrives in Arkham, disgorging 2 monsters into the north side streets. Curses. But we've still got 2 stands left. So let's get the 2 monsters out. And we get, first up, is another Maniac. Is that on a stand? Put it on the north side streets. And the next one is another crawling one. Oh, right. Attack of the Crawling Ones in Arkham. And that also goes onto the north side streets. So now we're fully at the monster limit with 7 monsters on the streets and various locations of Arkham. And that's it for that Mythos card, and that's it for the Mythos phase. Well, that was an okay turn. We managed to seal a gate, which is always really good, and we've nobody's been lost in time or space and got delayed, which is important at this time of the game. We've got a few more monsters out, but we haven't gone over the monster limit as it stands, so that's still okay. So hopefully we can get a step closer in the coming turns to actually winning this game. But good old Arkham Horror, it could still have some twists and turns ready for us. So additionally, as far as this turn went, I don't think I've missed anybody out like last turn, so that's pretty good. So hopefully you'll all join me for turn 15 of Arkham Horror Cool Air. Thanks very much for the comments and the subscriptions and the views, and I look forward to seeing you in the next turn. Toodaloo.